Hey guys, welcome in this new video. So in this video I want to talk about how did I become a profitable trader at 16 years old. So I'll go over to my story, how did I start Forex, from who I learned and all of these things, so you will understand the process of actually getting there, and along the way I will try to bring you guys as much value as possible because that is the main reason why I wanted to do this video. So let's just start from the beginnings. So I started to learn about investing and trading more specifically when I turned 15 years old, and now I'm 18 years old, so it's been a little over 3 years that I've been doing this as a main income, we can say. So when I turned 15 years old, this is where I really got into more investing at the beginnings, and you'll understand why later. But just before that I get into that, I just want to make a quick note that if you are a young person watching this, or even if you are older, your age does not matter. So please do not let that stop you. Because when I started out, I've got a lot of people saying things like, oh, you're too young, you cannot learn this, it's not the time for that, all these things. And I just not listen to them. And I think that it worked pretty well for me. So if I just have one thing that I suggest you guys do is do not listen to other people about what they have to say about your vision, because you are the only person who truly knows what you want out of life. So please act on that and do not let anyone distract you from your goals. So basically, like I said, I got into trading when I turned 15 years old. So at that time, I had no mentor. And so my journey started just like pretty much everyone else. Like I started learning online, reading books, watching videos, and just trying to learn that by myself because I had no one that could help me. Like my family is not in business. At least my parents, my uncle has a little business, but my family is not in business. So I had no contact to help me, start getting into just finance and trading and all of these things. So I had to learn that by myself. So I started watching videos, reading books, and trying just to do, everything and get to the next level. But after a few months of doing that, there's one thing that I realized is that it was just not working. I was not learning the right thing. After a few months, I was still not able to read a single thing about the chart. I was still struggling to just even understand, what was the Forex market and what was trading in general. And I just could not read and learn what I wanted to actually learn, which is, the right way of actually doing it. So I've been very lucky at that point to actually meet my first mentor, and that mentor is a portfolio manager who works at a bank here in Quebec, in Canada. So I've been very lucky to actually find him at that specific time, and so this is with him that I got into more the stock market and investing, because this portfolio manager, he managed portfolio but for the very long term. So he's not the active trader, he's more on the investor side. So this is when I really started learning about investing in general. But me, I did not want to, invest for the very long term. I wanted something a little bit more, not challenging, but like something that was moving a little bit more. And so this is when I started to shift my focus from investing to trading. So after that, with this first mentor, this is when everything started going a lot faster for me, because with him, I met another mentor, and with this other mentor I met another mentor. So I've had multiple mentors through this journey, and this is one of the other key that I believe is very important about how I became profitable, and also how I think a lot of successful people rely on, is that you need to have a mentor. No matter what you do, if you're an athlete, a singer, a trader, a businessman, no matter what you are doing in your life, I do believe that you need a mentor, at least one to teach you what is the right things to do. And believe me, mentors really will help you, because this is what just changed my whole perspective on trading and just put me into the right direction, like I said. So I met multiple mentors, and this is when I really started learning the right things. This is when I started to understand more the patterns, the charts, what was happening on these markets basically, and started to become better. So I started trading on a demo account, obviously, to practice, try out my strategy, see if I was understanding what I was doing, etc., etc. And so this was pretty much from 15 to 16, this is all I was doing. Of course, I was still going to high school at that time, but I was a lot more focused on trading. So I was probably studying at least 3-4 hours every day, even during the weeks. And during the weekend, I was probably studying a lot more. And one other thing I want to mention, because that's something that people often used to say, is that, oh, why you're doing this? Like, you're so young, like, go do things that you like. But people don't realize that I really did and still do enjoy trading. Like, it's my passion. And I did not started to learn how to trade or how to invest just because of the money factor. Even if there was no or little money to be made in this, I will still be doing that. Because I just love, from the bottom of my heart, that I just love reading charts. Like, I've always been someone who, loved mathematics and loved, I'm an introvert, so I love being, just by myself, doing my own thing. So it was not even just about the money in the first place. It was just that I love doing this. And I do believe that it's important to love what you do if you want to be able to do great work. So this is what I did from 15 to 16 years old. I just basically spent all my time investing back into myself and learning from my mentors how to trade. So I turned 16, and after 3 months that I was in my 16, I opened my first account. So I basically just learned straight how to trade for 15 months. And so after that, I started my first live trading account. And since then, I've never lose money trading because I've never blown any account. And I think that it's one of the biggest misconception about trading, but also like life in general, is that people will say, oh, you need to blue account and, learn from your mistakes and all of these things. I never believed in that. And the reason why is because I believe a lot more into learning from other people's mistake and not yours, because you only learn from mistakes, but they don't have to be yours, right? So this is one of the key as well, I do believe, that helped me a lot, is that I have never seen trading as like, okay, I need to go through so much pain and, blew all my accounts and all of these things to learn. No, you don't need to go through that. Like, you can just learn straight up from the right people, learn the right things, and then you don't have to go and lose money yourself, right? So for me, like, it was just that part has always been very clear, and it has never been something that I've struggled with. So this is why I've never blown an account. And this is why, if you're starting to learn how to trade now, or if you are learning how to trade, well, I can tell you now, you don't need to go blow up an account. Take your time to learn in demo account, and when you will be ready, when you know with facts that you will be ready to trade live, then go on trading live, right? You don't need to go through blowing accounts. So I just wanted to make that clear as well. But basically, I started trading with real money after 15 months of learning. And a lot of people will say that it's very fast, and that some people even said that it was impossible, but it's very possible. I did this, and I've seen even faster than that, right? Like, I've seen people becoming profitable in like 6 months or even 1 year. So it's not just about the time in itself, it's about the hours that you put into the time. It's about how productive you are and how able you are to learn from the right people. So this is how I will put it. But basically, I started trading with real money 3 months after I was in my 16 years old. And this is where everything really started to get better, because I've become profitable before even going live. I wanted to make sure that I was being profitable on the demo account before I even tried to go live trading. I think it's very important as well. So I started to trade there, and from this time, well, I've been profitable and I've been making consistent profit. When I say consistent profit, it doesn't mean that every day or every week I will be profitable. It means that on a long period of time, I am able to grow my account step by step, right? So you don't need to, try to have insane results. I don't believe that it's the point. It's better to just, go slowly, and with the compound interest and with basically a good capital, well, you can grow that account and make a lot of money. So I'm still growing that account to this day, the same first account that I started with, because I've never blown that account, so I've never had to, create another account. And so from 16 to 17, I grew that account, and now after from 17 to 18, I also continue growing that account. So now it has been, well, almost 2 years that I've grown that account, and that I'm working on the same account and making profit from trading. And so yeah, that's pretty much how I learned. And you know, like by watching this video, you probably realize that it's not, you know, like it's not something magical or it's not that complicated. Like I've just been able to learn from the right people, find mentors pretty early in the journey of trading, and after that I just learned a lot from them. I put in the time. I was patient a lot because you know it takes a long time to learn how to trade. Do not believe the people who tell you that it's very easy and that you know it's, you know, everyone can be a profitable trader. No, it's not. It's really hard to learn, but if you have the patience, if you just put in the time, and if you are able to be consistent with your learning, then I do believe that you may have a chance to actually become profitable, because this is what I did and it worked very well for me. And I've seen people also work very well for them, because about 1 year ago, I started what I call Reversal Master. Well, what is called Reversal Master, I should say. And Reversal Master is basically a trading course that I've created, an online trading course. And the reason why I created this online course is because I've had a lot of requests from friends or just people on social media who wanted me to create a course to help them become profitable. So since 1 year now, I'm also teaching people how to trade. I do this by myself, and the course is all done by myself. All the videos are done by myself as well. I created Reversal Master, and then, well, from there I've been trading with my students, and yeah, it just has been a really great journey. And the reason why I created this is because, like I said, I wanted to help people become profitable, because over the past, you know, 3 years, I've seen so many scams out there online, and so many people who try to teach this skill and have no idea of what they really are doing. And it comes back to understanding and to be aware that most people you see online are just marketers, like they are not traders, because over 9 people out of 10 lose money on the financial markets. Over 9 out of 10. Like, I don't know if you realize it, but it's a huge majority, right? And so what I've found is that a lot of people try to teach this skill, but they don't even know what they're doing. So this is why I created this course, because I was just so tired of seeing people getting scammed and not succeeding at what I believe is not that hard to succeed, right? Earlier, I said that trading was a hard skill, and yes, it's a hard skill, but it's not that hard. Like, I mean, you put in the time, you learn from the right people, and you stay patient, and eventually you will get there if you do all these 3 things combined. And if you are meant to be a trader, I do believe that you can get there. And so this is when I decided to start Reversal Master. So when I turned 17 years old, and from then and until this day, well, these are my 2 main activities. I'm a trader in the first place, and on the side I also teach people what I know and try to help them as much as possible through their journey. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I just, you know, I have nothing written. I'm just talking with my mind, and I try to explain you know, where I come from, that humble beginnings are there, and where you start does not really matter, because if you remember, I had no mentor, no one to guide me. I don't come from a rich family, so I basically started like from the bottom. And I don't say that like in a cocky way or, you know, to be cool or whatever, but like it's kind of true. So I do believe that you can also achieve that if you actually put in the time and be patient. And so this is why I wanted to do this video, to maybe inspire you guys as well, and to show you that yeah, it's very possible if you actually do the right things and for the right reasons. I believe it's important as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to connect with me further, if you want to talk with me or ask me any questions, well, you can message me on Instagram or on Facebook, and I will be very glad to help you if possible, right? So thank you so much for watching, and take care.